start. Actually, I'm getting very emotional right now, and I'm trying to control, trying to be the man and not to cry out. As I was listening, actually, my mind just wandered away. When all the nice things were being said, I'm reminded of a funeral where the priest was going on and praising this guy who was being buried. You know, all the wonderful things he's done, how wonderful he is, and all of that. And the wife who was sitting there with the children on the first row, you know, suddenly she was sobbing, but as the priest went on, she suddenly stopped and then tapped the older son on the shoulder and said, "Go and check into that coffin. Who is in there?" So that's how I felt about me with all the wonderful things. I said, okay, who are they talking about? Is that me? But I really want to say thank you. If there was another word to express it, I would. But I want to say thank you. Thank you for the founders of AFJN. Thank you for the wonderful board over the years. Thank you for organizational members who have sustained AFJN over the years. And thank you for individual members, collaborators, and thank you for staff. I remember coming 9 years ago to AFJN, and wonderful, wonderful board. Sister Joanne, I'm so glad to see you today. You know, Sister Joanne was what to welcome me, and then she said something that I said to myself, oh, I hope I live up to her expectation, because she said to me, actually she put in writing and copied the search committee, and then said, I think we have found the person we need for now, you know. And I'm saying, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to carry this? But thank you. Over the years, I have been blessed with wonderful board chairs and board. I think of Chris Promise, and I think of you, Sister Joanne, who was the next. I think of Sister Teres Waiter. I think of Kip Sanders, and now we have Sister Florence. Each of you have been a blessing. It's been a delight to work with you. Each of you have brought gifts to this organization, gifts to be treasured. I am particularly grateful to the staff. You know, in all of this, okay, let me leave the staff first, I'll come back to them. But I want to say thank you to past executive directors who steered the mission of AFJN through the years. It was actually almost 30 years by the time I arrived, or 29 years by the time I arrived. And luckily we have two of them right here, Sister Mara Brown and Father Rocco, my immediate predecessor, who came tapping me on the shoulders and then said, oh, can I take you out for lunch? And I said, okay, I'm not going to be around on Friday. He said, how about tomorrow? And I said, what kind of lunch is this? And I didn't really know Rocco well at the time, but he took me out for lunch, and over lunch, he handed me an envelope. And that was invitation to come to apply for AFJN. So watch out for Father Rocco. Next time he invites you for lunch, you know, be careful. So over the years, I have learned a lot. With all that you said, actually, I have been the greatest beneficiary of being at AFJN. I have learned a lot. I have had the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people. I have had the opportunity to be blessed by you. And believe me, when I say I'm a better person because of my time at AFJN, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because it has exposed me in other ways, given me the opportunity to reconnect with justice issues and see the suffering of people. And that in turn has impacted me and how I interpret and apply the gospel. It has it has influenced my priesthood, my priestly ministry to come to a deeper understanding that you cannot, may not, should not preach the gospel of Jesus without attending to justice issues. It just doesn't connect, you know. So that has been a great blessing in opening my eyes. I know I work with migrants and refugees. I work with newcomers, but this 9 years has deepened so much for me. So I'm really thanking you for that opportunity. It's been a great blessing. And a great blessing too, because I thank God who steered me to AFJN, because at the time Rocco tapped me on the shoulder, I had 2 other taps on the shoulder, you know, and one of them actually being the, you know, the Vatican office in Rome, you know, that was inviting me at the time. And then North Central College, you know, asking me, oh, come and teach here. But I'm so thankful to God. I said yes to AFJN. It has impacted me. It has changed my life. It has exposed me to wonderful people who I will forever treasure in my life and in my spiritual journey. And you know, they say, an African proverb says, a tree does not make a forest. A tree cannot make a forest. So all the beautiful things you have said is give and take. It's happened because of the environment where I live. It's happened because of the support I got from you. It happened because of your contribution. And it is true, a tree cannot make a forest. So whatever we have accomplished together, it is a collaborative effort. And I have been, over the last years, been so blessed with wonderful, dedicated staff who come to work not as a job, but as a mission, a commitment, a ministry, a vocation, who will stay late into the night, work weekends, and commit themselves to it. So thank you, all of you here, Lydia, Will, Sister Eukaria, Bas, Bahati, Melora, Lauren, Dr. Lucy Hoffman, who has just passed away, God bless her, and Peg Hansen, you know, who has gone to heaven, who collaborated during my years here. So thank you, and thank you. And more especially, thank you for the wonderful prayers. I'm really touched by the prayers. I feel really, really sent forth, you know. So I will go in the strength of the prayers and all the good wishes and pray to God to open my eyes. The world is changing very fast. You know, things are happening, contexts are happening. So it would require an inspiration to see how do I function in a changing world that is changing so rapidly in so many ways, where we are seeing more and more the strong and the powerful are exploiting the weak and vulnerable even more, for where people are being monetized, people are being objectified and treated as disposable property. So in that, I need a lot of prayers. And finally, I want to say that, yes, I'm leaving Washington and leaving position as AFJN Executive Director, but truly, I'm going to stay connected with AFJN, and especially that I'm going to do a similar work in terms of justice issue. So I will be connecting to AFJN here in Washington, and the programs in Africa will be collaborating. So don't forget me, okay? Don't forget me about that. And also to people who are not here, um, have been people who have funded AFJN's program in Africa. I'm thankful to Raskov Foundation and the Hilton Foundation. And I just see some name has appeared on the screen. I haven't seen her face, but I want to shout out her name, you know. Alexia Kelly. Oh, okay, there you are. You know, Alexia Kelly is, you know, we go back a long way. We worked together at the Bishops' Conference, and she, I know she was an advisor in the Obama administration, but she became the president of FADICA, you know, and through that friendship, she has helped us to get to RASCOP, to get to Hilton Foundation, and at one point, you know, she got us some money, grant money from the Koshman Foundation, and she's been very grateful. So, Alexia, we are very grateful for all the linkages and all your help that has brought us. Could you shout and raise your hand and wave so we see who you are? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. And as I said, I am so grateful. Actually, I didn't think I'm going to speak that long because I'm choking up. So let me stop here and say again, thank you